Morning. The October 20th Zoning Board of Adjustment meeting of the City of Longview is now called to order. Today's meeting is being conducted by teleconference to abide by county, state, and federal recommendations to limit in-person gatherings to help slow the spread of the coronavirus. We thank you for your understanding. Due to the format of this meeting, we will begin this morning with a roll call to confirm all members of the board are present and able to participate in our considerations. Board members, when I call your name, will you please respond in the affirmative if you are present? Kurt Villiard.
Present.
Jim Mobley.
Here.
Pat O'Rear.
Here.
Christy Cravey.
Here.
And I, Dutch DeBlau, am present as well. Also, we will do a roll call of the city staff. City Planner Angela Choi.
I'm here.
All right, let's move on to the approval of the September 15th minutes. Has anyone had a chance to look at the minutes? And if so, are there any corrections to be noted? All right, if no corrections are needed, I will entertain a motion. When making a motion, please state your name for the staff.
Jim Mobley, make a motion, we accept those minutes.
The motion has been made. Is there a second?
Christy Cravey, second.
All right, there's a first and a second. We will now conduct a roll call vote. I would ask each board member in turn for their vote. When asked, please indicate your vote by saying yes or no. Kurt Villiard.
Yes.
Jim Mobley.
Yes.
Pat O'Rear.
Yes.
Christy Cravey.
Yes.
And I, Dutch DeBlau, say yes as well. And staff will now confirm the record of the vote.
Thank you. Jim Mobley made the motion to approve. Christy Cravey seconded the motion. The vote was 5-0 unanimous to approve the minutes.
All right. We have now reached the citizens' comment portion of our meeting. Those wishing to participate in citizen comment today were invited to access this meeting through a link to register with a teleconferencing application. This portion of citizen comment are comments made other than the public hearing items we have on the agenda today. If you wish to speak on an item on the agenda, please wait until that time to speak. Richard G. Please coordinating the technical side of the meeting and will assist with moderating the citizen comment portion of our meeting. When you're called to speak, you will be unmuted and given one opportunity to speak. Please begin by stating your name and address for the record. If you're also watching a live stream of this meeting through CityView Municipal Television, please mute it to avoid feedback. Richard, do we have any residents who want to speak today?
The only people registered are here to talk about the actual regular agenda items, so no one for citizen comment.
All right, thank you, Richard. Then we'll move on to the regular agenda. The purpose of this meeting is to hear all pertinent testimony regarding the proposed variances. This hearing is required by law to approve any variance to the City of Longview zoning ordinance and sign ordinance. The procedure for public hearing items to be followed today will be: the public hearing will be open and testimony will be heard in the following order: 1, by the staff, 2, the applicant, and 3, the general public, those in support and in opposition to the request. If you are part of a large group with a common interest, we ask that you appoint a spokesperson rather than have each individual restate the same information. When addressing the board, please begin by stating your name and address. Try to limit your comments to 5 minutes. When all sides have spoken, the public hearing on the matter will be closed and no further public discussion will be entertained. After each public hearing is closed, the board will vote on the request. We will now move on to item 8 on the regular agenda. A public hearing will be held to consider application Victor 20-09 filed by Sylvester Reyes for variance to the front and side setback requirements of the City of Longview zoning ordinance, Article 9, Section 103, to allow for approximately 11-foot front setback instead of the required 25-foot front minimum, and to allow for approximately 4.8-foot side setback instead of the required 6-foot side minimum for a single-family dwelling located at 903 North Lane Wells Drive. City Planner Angela Choi will give a staff presentation.
Thank you. The applicant has an existing single-family dwelling located at 903 North Lane Wells, and she is requesting a variance to the front and side setback requirements of the City of Longview zoning ordinance. She's requesting a variance to 11-foot front setback instead of the 25-foot front setback minimum, and to allow for approximately 4.8-foot side setback instead of the required 6-foot side minimum. The applicant has applied for a building permit for the proposed addition to the existing house. Through the review process, it was discovered that the existing house is encroaching into the front and side setbacks. The addition, through the permitting process, the addition is to the rear of the property behind the existing house and does comply with setback requirements and maximum building coverage requirements. Before a building permit can be issued, a variance is needed to allow for the applicant to further build on this property. Staff does recommend approval of this request. I'd be happy to answer any questions at this time.
Angela, this is Pat. Are there any neighbors for or against?
No, we had a neighbor call. She thought we were doing something on her property, and when we explained that, she didn't care either way.
Okay.
Angela, this is Dutch. So the existing house is encroaching. When that was built, was that missed in the permitting process? Like what happened there?
I'm not sure. I looked back through our aerials. This house is, even though it looks kind of new in this picture, it looked different 10 to 12 years ago. There have been an addition done to the house, and so the house used to look like an U shape, and there was some kind of addition done. And so at that time, it should have been caught, but this house has been here for a long time, so I'm not sure exactly when it was built, what the setback requirements were for this neighborhood.
I got you. Well, we'll hear from the owner here in a minute. So any more questions for Angela right now? All right, no further questions for Angela at this point. Is the applicant present, and would they like to speak on the request?
The applicant is logged into the meeting. I just unmuted Ivan Reyes, who is self-muted at this time, so they will need to unmute themselves to speak. That usually looks like a microphone button, and if we'll just give them a second to find it. Again, we have unmuted them, and it looks like they now have audio.
Yes. Hello, can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, this is Ivan Reyes. This is well, I'm Sylvester Reyes' nephew, and I'm here present.
Is there anything you would like to say about this request? Any further information that we might need or that you have concerning this?
No, I'm just here to I guess just pass this and how do you say? Just say yes to this, I guess.
I got you. All right, thank you. Does the board have any questions for staff or the applicant on this item? When asking a question, please state your name for the staff. All right. I will now open the public hearing. However, I already know that there's nobody waiting to speak. So I'm going to open and close that. And there's nobody in support or opposition.
That is correct. No one has logged time.
All right, then I'll ask the board if there's any additional questions or comments. And if not, I will close the public hearing and I will entertain a motion. When making a motion, please state your name for the staff.
This is Pat. I make a motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, there's a first and a second. We will now conduct a roll call vote.
I'm sorry, who seconded?
Jim Mobley.
Thank you, Jim.
There's a first and a second. We will now conduct a roll call vote. I'll ask each member in turn for their vote. When asked, please indicate your vote by saying yes or no. Kurt Billiard, Kurt Villiard?
You get that? Sorry, yes.
Yes, all right. Jim Mobley,
Yes.
Pat O'Rear,
Yes.
Christy Cravey,
Yes.
and I, Dutch Sabile, also vote yes. Staff will now confirm the record of the vote.
Pat O'Rear made the motion to approve. Jim Mobley seconded the motion. The vote was 5-0 unanimous to approve the item.
All right. Finally, please know that it's possible our next few zoning board of adjustment meetings will need to be conducted by a teleconference just like this one. Thank you, and we are adjourned.